Hello YouTube. I am so sorry. I am very, very sorry. It seems like I have been deceived. Unlike your ears in the past 5 to 10 seconds, because you actually had no sound. I technically had sound while playing the game, but it seems like OBS decided to not take any of the sounds that I was having into the recording, or into the stream for that matter. So that sucks. I'll leave a timestamp in the description below and maybe in an info card when I can manage that. Haven't done that before, so we'll see about it. To the section of the video where I'll have sound, so in roughly 6 minutes, 5.5 at this point most likely, and then you'll have sound again. I hope you enjoy one way or another, and wish you a wonderful day. Turn on the recording again for YouTube. Though on the other hand, I suppose I will not have too much trouble there. Okay, was just a test. Nothing to worry about. I have to replace the... I have a replacement for the picture in mind already, but I haven't done that yet. In general, I wanted to rework my alerts at some point. Probably Freelancer themed. Let's see what I can come up with there.
Don't worry, that's why we're here. Activation sequence completed. Lane jump initiated. Looking good so far. Alert, trade lane disruption detected.
Yeah, I'm also gonna grab the extra cash probably. Then again, I don't have another weapon. I'm still at the class 1 weapons. But they're just basic rogues, so it's not too much trouble. But it's a little bit of a hold off. It doesn't really matter. Gives me, I think, 1,000 extra. And when there is the possibility that I'm gonna jump ships a few times, I could add the rule to it that I can't buy a single ship twice. But that might... No. I can't do this. I cannot do that. Because that will completely invalidate the last couple of missions. Sudden sound drop. That will make the last few missions will make it significantly easier for me. Make it almost impossible for me, since at some point I will only be able to buy the Anubis when we're on track with the order. So that's probably not gonna happen that I add this rule. Maybe for a later run, if I find out that this is at all possible. That is a big if currently. So let me kill more rogues. Where are they?
Radar shows new targets. Gamma 6, we have to make a run for it. We'll cover you. This is gonna be close, but I think we can make it without another fight. Damn it, Trent. Re-enter formation.
No.
We can't wait for you.
You don't have to.
Everybody stay on course. Trent, do not engage the pirates.
Too late.
We have to get the convoy out of here.
I love how I'm even getting rewarded for endangering the mission potentially. Though of course this whole mission is more or less bullshit.
We're out of here. Trent, use the trade lane to Pittsburgh. Good luck.
Thanks. Don Washington. I don't think I even have to kill all of them to get my special reward. I might be remembering wrong, however.
You need to dock with the trade lane.
Yeah, King, I'm fighting off some more pirates here. Do you mind? The impatience of this guy.
Trent, dock with the trade lane to proceed.
Alright, just one more and then I'm on my way. Come, just die.
Trent, you need to dock
Ah,
with the
shut it,
trade
King.
lane.
see, I'm on my way. Still not quite happy with the mouse sensitivity. Definitely has been changed.
Hey, here's our conquering hero. You had me worried, Trent, but you did well out there. One of those rogues had a bounty on his head. You'll get that as an extra bonus.
Thanks.
All right, land on Pittsburgh. I'll meet you on the surface. Are you gonna tell me what's going on? Right after we hit the surface. Why don't you go first? Just select the docking ring and hit dock.
Go away. Okay, not that much. Only a handful of credits. And even an odd amount. What the hell? It's boring. Okay, no additional
You'll
1,000.
find Pittsburgh to be remarkably unexciting,
Sad.
Trent. That's the mining operation. Not much to look at. A lot of rocks, smoke, and fire. But what it lacks in class, it more than makes up for in cheap drinks. Set your ship down on one of the landing pads over there.
Oh yes, and I also made it a habit. I'm gonna take that from the initial playthrough on Freelancer HD that I was planning, which got scrapped now, thanks to the idea of the challenge. That I will say no to every job that's offered to me on the main quest when I have the opportunity. Will not do this here, since I did it in the original already, and I want to progress. I think Ashcroft was the last I did, so starting Ashcroft, I will start to decline any mission on the first offering. Jeez, the music is all over the place. Why is it so loud?
I'm looking at outfitting that pile of junk you're flying. Try the equipment dealer over there. He always has good deals. I'll see you in space.
See you in Space King. Time to get some stuff. Stupid bug. Alright. We're gonna grab a missile. With ample ammunition. We will sell these since I have no use for them. We're gonna go here, and I'm gonna sell the water for a neat little profit. I doubled the investment, which is nice. And what else can I do? Well, I mean, increase the fucking DPS. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Why the hell not?
There you are. 4 LSF wings from Fort Bush are searching the debris field for the rogue base. They've already taken prisoners. I'm uploading the coordinates for our search pattern. We'll rendezvous with another wing of fighters for our patrol. Hold on, there they are. Gamma 6, Delta Patrol reports no hostile contacts. Tell them to keep looking. One way or another, we'll find where those rogues are hiding. After the attack on our transport, the LSF has dispatched 4 wings to help us track down these.
I wonder how far I will get today.
We gotta have a secret base
Well, oh, jeez.
Mayday! This is prison ship XC-90
Mm.
under attack. To all Liberty
I
patrols,
really have to
clear
think
time.
now.
All units, change course to intercept. I'm uploading a
I
waypoint.
really have to think now.
This is LSF Patrol Gamma 6.
When I
We're on
go
an
to
intercept
loot
course
for
and
the
approaching your position.
racks.
Over. Acknowledge Gamma 6. We're under attack by multiple rogue fighters. We have fires on several decks, and our defenses are failing. Understood. Hang on.
You can see already shooting going on there.
We're taking heavy damage. Get these guys off us. There she is. She's hurt bad. Everyone, break formation and engage.
These rogues also have less health than the normal ones. I'm reasonably sure I noticed that the last time as well, but I noticed it again, so why not?
I have one in my sights.
Oh god, key bindings got reset. This is so annoying. Wait. Gotta see here. Strafe up, a W, strafe down, S. Good, 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 good. Reverse thruster, you have to banner. Activate, deactivate, okay. This must be new. One more item. That's good. And here, closest enemy R also didn't work. I think. Oh, yeah. Good, let's see how this goes.
Alert! We're picking up several new hostile contacts.
Of course we do.
Damn it! More pirates! Trent, defend the prison ship at all costs.
No problem. It's so easy. For now. Okay. That activates it permanently, pretty much. Good to know. These are also weaker. The effects are still too quiet. I don't know, the sound settings here are very weird at the moment. Still not quite happy with them, but I suppose there's worse.
Fires are contained. We lost life support to several decks, but we're all right. Over. Acknowledged. Is there any way we can assist you? Negative. Repair crews from Pittsburgh are on the way. You came just in time. Glad we could help. Epsilon Wing, stay here in case more rogues show up. Trent and I will continue the search on our own. Affirmative. Good luck. I'm uploading new coordinates. Trent, take the lead.
Turrets are still shit. Let's go. Still have stuff to do, so we cannot stop yet. Besides, I still plan on continue to stream for another hour or two, at least. Let's see. It's Friday evening after work, so let's see how much. Let's see how much motivation I have. I'm looking forward to this challenge, but the early parts will probably be more or less uninteresting.
Mayday! This is LSF Beta 4. I'm under attack and need assistance. This is LSF left patrol Gamma 6. We hear you, Beta 4. Where are you? Over. I have several rogue ships on my tail. Can't shake them. My shields are failing. All right, Trent. Let's take these guys out.
They are also weaker. Why is that? Why are these rogues so much weaker than the others? I mean, they're missing a third of their health. No, they're missing almost half.
Hostile is locked on. I can't shake him.
I don't quite understand why. Are they also worse equipped? No. I mean, that's terrible equipment anyway, but it's a story mission, so just can bear with it. Without finding it too stupid. I do think it's a little bit stupid anyway, but that's hardly the point. Reps.
Beta 4, what is your status? The ship is holding together. Barely. Where's the rest of your
Now you're invulnerable.
Gone.
Would you look at that,
We were
Beta 4?
sweeping through the debris field and ran into heavy fire inside a dense particle cloud. That's it. You must have been close to their base. Can you show us where you were? I'm uploading the coordinates now. My systems are fried, and I have a coolant leak. I'm headed back to Pittsburgh. Good luck, Beta 4. Thanks. To you as well. Let's
No,
go.
we don't
Get
need
to
luck, we
coordinates.
got the skill.
Trent, I think this is it. I'm gonna call in for some backup. To all units, this is Gamma 6. We have a potential location of the rogue base. Converge on the following coordinates. This is Alpha 1, acknowledged. We'll rendezvous at the coordinates. Over.
This is Delta 1, Leader. We're on the far side of...
Return. I'm sorry for the interruption. I had to deal with a little something. I should be fine now.
Pittsburgh. Changing course to your location.
Yeah, sound looks okayish.
Wait, I've got something. Incoming rogue fighters, get ready.
I'm getting a little bit paranoid about the sound settings, since they're so annoying today.
Lean into the field. Gamma 6, this is LSF Alpha 1. What's your status? The rogue base must be in the cloud ahead. Trent, take the lead. Understood. There, the rogue base. To all units, this is Gamma 6.
Hot
We
badass.
confirm the location of the rogue base. I'm transmitting
So,
you coordinates.
to end this real quickly,
I can make out two
I
defense
only need to
platforms
take
and a
out
depot.
the
We'll need
platforms.
torpedoes to take it out. Over. Delta Wing is carrying torpedoes. They're on their way, Trent. We can't take out the base. Their armor is too strong.
Well, in
But
theory,
can
we
soften up
can.
the defenses by taking out the platforms. Let's go. One down. One to go. Trent, look out. More pirate
I
ships
wonder if I
closing in
could
fast.
technically just destroy it myself,
Get here soon.
but does it really matter? Nah.
Second platform is down. Where are these torpedo bombers?
On their way, and the torpedoes will not even
Delta
impact.
1. We're making our torpedo run at the station. Over.
Good to see you guys. Let's finish them off.
Yeah, let's finish them off.
I've got one on me.
So, there they are.
Hostile contact has me unlocked.
Torpedoes away.
Great shot, Delta.
And there it's coming in.
We couldn't have done it without
Webs.
you.
Ooh. Alright. Yes, I used the mod option to make the torpedoes seem a little bit more massive. You know, a bit more fitting of their station.
Engage the remaining fighters, Trent. We can't let them get away.
Seems to have worked. I gotta experience that myself at a later date.
Good work, Trent. Let's get clear. I'm uploading coordinates for for Pittsburgh to your neural net. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Let's get out of fear.
Great work back there, Trent. Not bad for a rookie. Something tells me I'm gonna be seeing a lot more of you in the future. What we did here today will hopefully put a dent in the growing crime problem we've been having in this system. Maybe now we can focus our full attention on the Order and anyone who supports them.
No.
Schultzky's assassination can't go unpunished.
Nah, that's fine.
Trent, Junie just sent me a message on the secure channel. Change of plans. I need to divert. Look, if you land on Pittsburgh, talk to one of the deep space reps. They'll have something lined up for you. Meanwhile, I'm transferring your payment now. Thanks for your help. See you around.
Trent, this is Junie. Good job. King just told me how impressed he was with you. Hope this wasn't
Okay,
too much for your
how
first
to do this
assignment.
the smart
I
way.
wanted to meet up with you, but the attack on Schultzky has everyone rattled. President Jacoby's ordered a full investigation to determine what can be done about the Order. It'll likely mean more work for us soon. Meanwhile, why don't you spread your wings a bit? Familiarize yourself with the New York system. Maybe see what work you can pick up. I'll be in touch. Junie out.
Yeah, no, I have my game plan. I have my game plan. I'm gonna get the wreck in the Badlands. Right here, right now. That's the plan now. That gives me a load of money. And I'm gonna do it with this Starflyer here, because I will definitely take damage. Then I head over back to Manhattan and buy myself the Patriot. Then it's gonna be time for Ashcroft. We're gonna get Ashcroft. Then we will get the Defender. Go to the Junker base. Buy a whole lot of artifacts or Cardamine, or at least as much as we can afford. Which will probably not be a lot, but you get the point. And with that done, that should give us the level up we need to meet Junie in California to visit Research Station Willard. That's currently the plan. Could be a good one. Could work out. Yes, not to Planet Manhattan. Not to Planet Manhattan. I was on the wrong track there for a second mentally. Da, da, da. I like the look on the Badlands. Yeah, the cloudy outlook. It's nice. It's a good visual. So let's see how much damage I'm gonna take. Oh, it will be a lot. Oh, this will be so annoying later on with the high radiation zones. Oh god. Well, the game isn't designed around one not being able to repair themselves. It's gonna be a particular pain when we enter, when we're in Frankfurt to take down the Rhineland military base in the, what was the nebula's name? The Westerwald. Not gonna be a fun experience. Oops. That was the double click I didn't want. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Maybe before I stream next time I should make just an, I don't know, 5-minute recording or so of me just to make sure everything is going according to plan. Whoop. Would probably be a good plan. I think I should do that. Would spare me a lot of pain and nerves here. Since I was just thinking back to another botched recording or two on the Crossfire end, where I realized halfway through the stream, wait, my sound doesn't get picked up. What the hell? But it is the way it is. Thinking about it, I should most definitely remove the controls for... here. Definitely should rebind them. Oh wait, I can just clear it. Oh, perfect. Clear, clear. Good. So I don't push them by accident. Ah, now these buttons don't do a thing. Oh boy. There will be no panic recharge. Oh well, okay, those remain there. I'm gonna keep that bar open. I do like the interface where it is. In hindsight, taking the trade route would probably have been faster. Not that it matters now at the end of the day, because it happens. It happened. We're on it now. For fuck's sake.
I picked my target. Closing in.
Objective reached.
Also, there are several reasons why this will not be a super long stream today. Super long meaning I will not go into 4 to 5 hours. Since A, I'll have to eat something at some point, and I don't want to do that on stream. And B, I have D&D tomorrow, so I have to do some prep work. So I think around 2 to 3.5 hours, depending on how hungry I get and how quickly. So time to bring these artifacts home.
Understood. Stand by. Pattern is full. You will be cleared to proceed when it's free. Order Omicron 0-0. You are now cleared to land.
What? Also no, that button is also a big no-no. Sadly I can't deactivate that. So, give me the Patriot. And let's see how that goes. Perhaps I should keep one, just in case. Also, do that. Keep that around. I'll keep my original shield. You can have those as well, and just like that, the ship isn't as expensive anymore. And now, I make money. So, the countermeasure dropper is fine. Same energy, same rate. Yeah, come on. I'll go with 3 Justice Mark II. Actually, on second thought, 3 Justice Mark III and 1 missile. Should do the trick. And custom and countermeasure. Rest is fine. I have almost 30,000 remaining. And let's take the job. Gotta find good old Ashcroft.
Good to see you again, Trent.
Well, now that we're all here, the LSF has an important mission for you. Are you interested?
Technically yes, but you are still so quiet.
Freeport 7 was dis- Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, here are the details. The LSF has got a line on a smuggler who's been...
Is there another option in the audio that gives me a reason? Total sound elements. I have no idea what that does. Let's put those up. Let's put that up to 50. Whatever the hell that brings. Maximum sound distance. So how far away we hear sound? I have no fucking clue.
moving artifacts in and out of Liberty space.
What sort of artifacts?
Alien. They're very old and fetch a huge price among collectors as high art. Liberty purposely monitors and restricts their trade, but the LSF is about to ban them altogether under orders of the President.
Can I finish, please? Okay. This smuggler's name is Sean Ashcroft. He's been under investigation for a while. Now we have information that he's going to try and move a shipment into New York through the Colorado Gate. We want him. Your job is to stop the convoy before it reaches New York and bring him in for interrogation. Now he's probably got help, so be careful. I'm uploading the access code to the Colorado Gate into your neuronet now. I'll also have a scanner and tractor beam installed in your ship.
Wait. Tell him about the bonus.
What about the bonus?
I've got the access codes to the rest of the Liberty Gates. You can have them once you deliver Ashcroft.
Really?
Really.
Trent, I've got a pit stop to make. I'll see you in space.
All right.
You mean have another drink? Good old king.
Lonigan, is that you? When did they release you from medical?
You think you're safe, but you're not.
What are you talking about?
What do you think happened on Freeport 7?
It was blown to dust, like my ship, my ore ship, and my 1,000,000 credits that, by the way, you still owe me.
Easy come, easy go.
No. We had a deal.
A deal that died with the station. Oh, that all seems so long ago now. Doesn't matter anyway. They want us all dead.
Who wants us all dead?
Men, government men, you know. They'll find the manifest. They'll know who was there. They're already after me. Yeah. But I'm smart. I escaped from medical.
Wait, you what? You escaped?
Had to. They came for me, Trent. Because of what I saw on the station. I saw what did this to us. To me. There were these ships, but they weren't there. They weren't...
Lonigan, you're not making sense.
You don't understand. They know me now. I'm not safe here anymore. None of us are. Trent, we gotta get off Manhattan.
Hey, wait, Lonigan! Hey, where do you think you're...
Hey.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, wake up!
Whoa. You look terrible. Are you all right? I don't know.
What happened to you?
2 men. They jumped me. Oh, my chest. Where's Lonigan?
Lonigan? Who's Lonigan?
They must have taken him.
Trent, pull yourself together. Remember Ashcroft and the mission.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. Come on, Trent. We got work to do.
Are you sure you're up for this?
I'll be fine.
Then I'll see you when you get back. Good hunting.
Okay, let's go. There's an hard instinct to find how to press this button whenever you see it.
I was starting to wonder if you were really okay.
Yeah, we're
You
good.
are okay, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. So what was going on down there? Who's Lonigan?
I met him on Freeport 7. We just signed a deal when the station was attacked. He was injured and has been in medical ever since. I've been waiting for him to recover to get my money back.
And? What did he say?
Nothing about the money. He said he escaped from medical and the people were after him. I thought he'd lost it, but then these 2 guys appeared and shot him. Maybe he wasn't just paranoid. I'm never getting paid. Goodbye, million credits.
Which is a shame, we could
Hold on,
use the
we're
million.
almost at the trade lane.
However, I am reasonably sure I say that every time we hear this conversation,
Our
so...
flight path takes us right past Fort Bush and straight onto the Colorado Gate. You first, Trent.
Yeah, energy drain is acceptable. It is acceptable since it's only 3 weapons and not 4, otherwise I'd be in trouble. I'd be out of energy far too
Activation
quickly.
sequence completed. Lane jump initiated.
Energy drain.
It's only a short run from here to the Colorado
Don't mind me,
Gate.
just
Let's
had an
go.
idea. Unrelated to this playthrough, however.
Activation sequence completed. Lane jump initiated. Ever since the attack on Schultzky, the Navy has moved heavy battleships to all jump gates. Every ship going in or out of the New York system is being scanned.
For exactly 1 mission.
This is jump gate control on
And
battleship
and
Unity.
according to
Please
their
identify
information,
yourselves.
LSF
Over.
information, Ashcroft wanted to come
Control
through the
Gamma 6
Colorado
on
Gate.
special LSF assignment.
But we
Requesting
shall
permission to
capture him
jump to
before he
Colorado.
gets
Over.
here, right into the arms, unknown that there's a heavy battleship standing here. I mean, Liberty battleships are kinda jack dog shit, but still, get the point. There are
Good.
some...
Next stop, the Colorado system. System jump successful. All systems show green. Trent, take up position near the trade lane.
Yeah, let's go.
This is Junie. Ashcroft has been sighted in the Kepler system. We don't know which way he's going, but it looks like he's coming straight at you. Keep your eyes open. Over.
Acknowledged. Trent, we have to scan every ship that's coming through. Fly to the waypoint and take up position. Good. Cut your engines. We'll wait here.
King, Ashcroft's convoy just entered Colorado. We've set up a trap for him at Pueblo Station. Stay where you are and make sure that none of his men get away. Over.
Roger.
Yes!
Trent, stay sharp.
Yes! We are the waypoint. Nice. Cosmo Van Ostrom.
Got it. I'm going
Come
in.
here, buddy.
Follow me. You are
You're
in
toast.
violation of the Liberty Artifact Code and are under arrest.
He has also
Your
more hull
engines.
than he should have.
Trent, go for his engines.
No!
Are you crazy?
No, it didn't hit.
Or you will
Did it?
be
I don't think it
destroyed.
hit.
I hope you got good lawyers. This is abuse of power here. I'll sue. Sean Ashcroft, you are under arrest.
Or did it?
I'm not Ashcroft.
It might have hit.
Jarhead. I'm really gonna have your butt. What? The name is
No, it didn't.
Cosmo.
Shite.
I'm about to be your worst nightmare, fatfoot.
No, it was too quick. Doesn't matter. I want the missile to hit, so he really gets a beating.
Systems show green.
So it's easier to just execute him once he doesn't matter anymore to the story.
This is Junie. Ashcroft has been sighted in the Kepler system. We don't know which way he's going, but it
I
looks
wonder
like
if I
he's coming
get
straight at you.
in
Keep your
there
eyes
on
open.
point
Over.
again.
Good. Cut your engines. We'll wait here.
King, Ashcroft's convoy just entered Colorado. We've set up a trap for him at Pueblo Station.
Yes.
Stay where you are and make sure that none of his men get away. Over.
Mm-hmm.
Roger. Trent, stay sharp.
That's okay-ish.
Got it. I'm going in.
So, let's get good old Cosmo again.
You are in violation of the Liberty Artifact Code
And this
are
time
under
I'll make
arrest.
sure
Cut your
that my
engines.
missile hits him good.
Trent, go for his engines. Enemy is directly in front.
Okay. Few more hits, and... Yes! That did significantly more damage.
Or you will be destroyed. I hope you got good lawyers. This is abuse of power here. I'll sue. Sean Ashcroft, you are under arrest. I'm not Ashcroft, you
Jarhead!
I'm really gonna have your butt. What? The name is
Oh yes, oh yes, he's gonna be an easy kill. Boop.
This is wrongful arrest, harassment, and one destruction of my property.
King, our plan has failed. Ashcroft broke through our forces at Pueblo. We've lost contact with the station. Get there as fast as you can. Hurry.
Acknowledged. We're on our way. This is outrageous. You haven't had no laughs at it. This could get rough. Ready
It
your
don't matter
weapons.
anymore. And how many did I get? 5 artifacts. That's a lot of cash again. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, we're gonna be swimming in money, lots and ladies, once this is done. From now on, however, this mission will be tough or tougher than usual at least. And usually it is actually pretty hard mission since the enemies use class 5 weapons, class 4 weapons, but I also said that more than once before, so don't let me bore you with the details too much. King also has much more hull than he should have.
Dear God.
The rogues are on the correct level, however.
We're under attack. Repeat, we're under attack.
Yeah,
This is Patrol Gamma 6. Engaging enemy.
under attack indeed.
We're tracking the 6 hostiles. We have fires on several decks, and life support is failing. We can't take much more. Understood. Let's go, Trent. We're taking heavy damage. Get these guys off us.
I'll try. But I too take heavy fire. More or less. Yeah, I do. I hurry. Leave me. If I'm not fast enough for you, can also just go. Fuck off. Oh god. No, no. Nothing I would ever even consider. And rogues are toast. That went well.
Yeah. Last one. Pueblo, what's your status?
We lost life support to several sections, but we're all right.
What happened?
See the jump hole.
A guy named Ashcroft, but his convoy didn't come out of the trade lane as we thought. They came from the Copperton field and totally surprised us. The LSF fighters were taken down like flies.
Where are the transports?
When the fighting started, they took off into the Silverton field. We tagged one of them with a tracking device.
Just in case it's gonna be relevant at some point.
Uploading now. Are you getting a signal?
Good.
Yes, we are. Strong.
Just in case I'll ever need it, because sometimes it can be nice.
Good hunting.
You know,
Ashcroft is ours. Trent, head for the coordinates.
well, it used to work that way. No, it
What is
doesn't.
going on?
Shame.
Where's Ashcroft?
Oh well, who cares?
We're on his tail. Pueblo managed to tag one of Ashcroft's ships. We're following the signal into the Silverton field. We could use some help.
Understood. I'm ordering
Good,
the Rio
it still
Grande
works.
to
I
send several
didn't
fighter
break
wings.
anything.
Don't do anything foolish, King. Wait for the support. Junie out.
Gamma 6, this is Navy Patrol Zeta 1. Proceeding to your location. Over.
Oh yes, those are fun. Uray. That doesn't matter.
There they are.
King is falling
Ashcroft
behind.
and his thugs. This must be the drop-off point for the artifacts. This is LSF Gamma 6. We found Ashcroft. Need immediate backup. Lock onto my signal. Over. Ignore the transports, Trent. We have to take out the fighters. Gamma 6,
Yep.
Patrol Zeta 1.
And Zeta 1 is coming from behind those thingies here. Which is bullshit, because they couldn't be here when they came from the Rio Grande, which is over there at that planet.
Zeta leader, engage rogue fighters.
But, of course, what gives? Maybe they were on patrol around the jump gate and they moved this way, then I don't know. I mean, it's nice enough that I have some reinforcements here.
Let him get away. Come on. Damn it. Ashcroft's making a
Fuck
run
your
for it.
thrusters, guys.
Activated his
Put
cruise
on
engines.
some cruise. Put on some tempo, some speed. Build up something. Get momentum. We're in space.
We have to hurry before he can get away. Activate your cruise engines and head for the coordinates.
He, by the way, also has more health than he should have, because his ship has a default health array of 3,600 hull points, I think it was. Should be 3,600. The Wolfhound. Contrary to the commonly used Bloodhound. And then again, ship statistics is something I will take care of sooner or later as well. Probably in the faction comparisons that I'll still have planned, but haven't done anything yet. And just like I wanted to push out more system guides, which I still haven't had, I didn't have, for a handful of reasons. We're passing now to Jump Hole that he's well, that he should be heading for, but he didn't. Yet again, details. And who cares for those, right?
I'm picking up a
Couldn't be me.
disturbance. Could be a jump hole. We have to hurry or he's gonna get away. I'm picking something up on my scanners. Roger that. I'm seeing the same thing. Everybody, get ready. You'll be sorry you ever met me. I have enemy target in my sights.
Everybody, there's only the two of us, King. Zeta Wing left us alone. They do not care for our mission. Actually makes me think. Did you get abandoned by supposedly allies at some other point in the game? Not quite 100% sure, honestly, on that. I don't think so. So, let's double check if I have this correctly. Yes, 3,600. And with pitiful class 1 weapons, he is on the way here. If he could have up to class 6. Then again, story reasons. Good that didn't destroy the life pods.
Good job, Trent. Ashcroft's on ice and Junie's waiting for us in New York.
Yes, Junie's waiting for us.
Let's get going.
I hope Ashcroft's interrogation will shed some light on the illegal artifact trade here in Liberty. Pressure from high up has been mounting in the last few weeks. Rumor has it that about a month ago, a Rhineland expedition discovered a whole new supply of these things on a distant planet in the Omicron systems. I mean, everybody knows that there are alien ruins, but they're mostly dust, and the artifacts are just as dead as the beings who made them. Apparently, these new ones are different. They're active, and could be dangerous. Both LSF and the Liberty Navy have stepped up their patrols, and I've heard rumors within the LSF that the President will soon be banning these artifacts altogether.
This is Junie. King, are you and Trent all right? What is your status? Over.
We're fine. Mission accomplished. We broke up Ashcroft's little party. He was getting ready to move those artifacts onto the black market when we took him down.
You didn't kill him, did you? I remember the last time.
Negative. Trent has him tied up in his cargo hold. He deserves worse.
He'll get what he deserves, but not until he's told us all we need to know. I'll make preparations for your arrival. Be careful heading back to New York. Intel advises that members of Ashcroft's gang might try to free him before we get him into lockdown. I'm still on Manhattan. Meet me there. Junie out.
Dock.
This is Jump Gate Control on Battleship Unity. Please identify yourselves. Over.
We don't need to identify ourselves, we were here before.
Special assignment. We have a prisoner for the LSF. Requesting permission to proceed. Over.
Acknowledged, Gamma 6. You've received priority clearance. Over.
Thank you, Unity. Out. Junie must have arranged that for us. Let's go.
This is Junie. Change of plans. You and Trent are to proceed directly to the battleship Missouri near Zone 21. I'll take charge of Ashcroft there. Junie out.
The Missouri? She's full of surprises. Usually the Navy draws the lines at Zone 21. They must really want to get their hands on Ashcroft.
Apparently so.
We're almost there. One more trade lane. Trent, you need to dock with the trade lane.
King, buddy, you're the slowpoke. I want to be behind, I think. Yes, almost.
Damn it! Intel was right. More rogues. Trent, we have to fight them off. Fort Bush, this is LSF Gamma 6. We're under attack and need assistance.
It was almost well timed and
This is Fort
placed.
Bush. We're launching 2 wings to assist you.
Fort Bush Wing Alpha here. Engaging enemy.
I have enemy target in my sights. I picked my target. Closing in. I've got one trying to get a lock on me.
Last one.
Alright,
That
perfect.
was close.
No,
Thank
it
you,
wasn't.
Alpha Wing. For the rogues to attack us so close to Fort Bush, Ashcroft must really know something important.
Gotta do some cash planning. I mean, I will get the defender, I'll need it. But how do I equip it best? And do I want to risk taking on the Navy wing
Over. This is Patrol Gamma 6 on special
that takes
LSF
care of
assignment.
Brennan Rowland?
We're bringing a prisoner to LSF Commander Junko Zane. Over.
Acknowledged. Commander Zane is awaiting you. Over.
Roger that. Gamma 6 out. Time to collect your credits, Trent. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, King, go have your drink.
Are you sure you brought enough men? He's unconscious in my cargo hold.
Trent, Ashcroft is a dangerous man, and I don't like to take unnecessary risks. Which reminds me, the bounty. And I owe you the access codes. They're both being uploaded to your neuronet now. You'll also find an extra bonus.
Thanks.
You did a good job. You deserve it.
What's gonna happen to Ashcroft?
He'll be interrogated, of course. He's our best insight into the smuggling ring. I'm sure we can make him talk. Meanwhile, with your new security status, I suspect you'll be able to occupy your time while I'm gone.
Where are you going?
On assignment. I take orders too, Trent. But don't go too far. I might need you again. Soon.
Very soon, Junie. Like in about 5 minutes. I want to hit that button so hard. Okay. Food rations is fine, water is fine, oxygen is also fine. I'll keep the artifacts for now. Currently my equipment doesn't really matter, does it? Just has a slow projectile speed, it's not gonna do me any favors. No. No, I'll be fine like this.
Order Omicron 0-0. This is Battleship Missouri. You are cleared for launch. Good luck out there.
Oh yes, don't scan me now. Please don't scan me now. It's only gonna be trouble for everyone involved if I get scanned. Yes, I can make quite a bit more money here now. Let's see. That is about 6,000 for the artifacts. And I can load in cardamine worth around 25,000 and sell it for 32,000, I think. So another 7,000 profit. Just rough numbers though, because I'm not entirely sure how much I can swindle out of the junkers. However, I am willing to try and get a whole lot of money out of them. There's the base. I can put on the audio just a tiny bit. And then let's see how this goes. I am inherently curious on this. Rogue. Pith off. You're uninteresting.
Go to.
Scanner shows no bandits. All clear here.
Nothing's happening. Okay, excuse me once more.
Acknowledged. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1. The law has the regular routes locked down most of the time. The only way to really get around is by using the jump holes. It's one of our many advantages. Scanner shows no more enemy targets.
interruptions today, not what I envisioned for this, but it's okay. Thinking about it. That's pretty much a worthy deal. Let's get the barrager. 1, 2. For aesthetic purposes, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I'll be having issues now, but that doesn't matter. I'll also get the improved countermeasure dropper. Which ammunition I will sell for the moment. Along with this, just in case I need it. I could also use a heavy thruster. And just like that, my overall value diminishes greatly. But yes, that's about 60 profit per thing, and that's almost 100 profit per thing. So that's 1600. 1 second again. Returned once more, and I should have a level up now. I don't. This is sad. Well, maybe I'll get my level up once I'm on Manhattan. What is my net worth? Absolutely horrendous. Unexpected, but I have a lot of money in my cargo hold. I'll definitely have over 30,000 in the hold, so if that's not calculated in right here, right now, I'll have my level up once I'm on Manhattan. I mean, it's easy to say, every 10 cardamine I make 1,000 net profit. So right now I'm making 1.5 profit of the whole thing. Might not be enough. I may have to do another mission. And I can't even go to California because this is stupid. Ooh, the energy drain is real. But the damage can be quite nice. Is it worth it? Hard to tell. Will I keep it? Definitely.
This is Trent to Liberty Freighter Convoy. Please identify yourself.
Starting to get a little hungry.
Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
So, how is it? Poo and poo. Yes. Knew it. Let's go.
Don't move. Just listen.
Lonigan, where have
Stay
you...
still. I had to kill a man to escape today. What's one more? Why are you still here? Don't you see what's going on? Freeport 7? Zone 21?
Yeah, the order.
No! It's not just them, it's Liberty. The artifacts. They're after something.
Look, let's just talk about this.
No more talking. I know what I'm doing now. I have
Yeah,
a plan.
may have forgotten I need to
I
trigger
wanted
this
to warn
cutscene
you.
first.
I felt I owed it to you. Don't try and follow me, Trent. Get out of Liberty while you still can.
What the?
Nice to see you again. How are things? Interesting. I'm looking for Junko Zane. Have you seen her lately? Yeah. She asked me to tell you to meet her on the terraforming station on California Minor. Anything else? No. That was all. Drink, Mr. Trent? No, thanks. I better get going.
I don't need any Liberty Ale. This... I have no ammo! Can I dock again?
Trent, I'm sorry I couldn't meet you as planned. I'm on assignment in California. I can't tell you
Yes.
specifics right now.
Good.
Let's
Yeah, Ashcroft has talked. I don't care right now. I need ammo. Especially for my countermeasure. Javelin missile as well, but especially but especially the countermeasure. Huh? I have no idea even what I said anymore. Let's just leave that be. Let's just leave this whole sentence be. I think I messed up about 3 times in one sentence. I'm gonna put this on the work. I take 0 responsibility. And I'm gonna say it was just because I worked too hard or something like that, I don't know. It was pretty nice today actually, not too much to do. Got a bit of testing done. That's nice. But that's not the point. The point is, it's Friday afternoon, it's Friday evening. I have a week of work behind me. And I'm happy I can relax. Oh.
Trade lane disrupted. Incoming missile.
What's a rogue freighter doing here? Ooh. I shouldn't take this too easy. I am already on the verge of taking damage. Ah, shite. I shouldn't be so easy going, not with the challenge going on. If I shall call damage, it is permanent. Oh lord. Oh god, what am I doing? What am I even doing? I'm toast. Why did I even start this challenge? This is gonna be bad. Oh, would you look at that, I got a rogue weapon. Nice. Alright. Alright. I really don't want to do this again. Ah, shite. I think my redocking messed up the cutscene. Shit, I forgot about that. I'm 100% sure I made the same mistake before at some point. I am super sure I made the exact same mistake at some other point. Ah! This sucks, now I can't get my turret. On the other hand, it's one less risk of taking damage, but still. Annoying. Also, I will not just throw myself into death to avoid this challenge. I mean, like, if I see that in a minute in the mission I have taken too much damage, I will not just die before the next safe spot, so I can have another try at it. If I die during that, I die, but I will not just die to have a reset. I will do this challenge as honestly as possible. Of course, in my case that includes shameless looting of everything that gives money, but that is not the point. Junior also has no transmission here now. Please don't tell me the entire thing is now bugged due to this. Please tell me it works from here on out. 2 scripted sequences didn't work. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need a new shield. Genau, against Tachyon neutron weapons. Boop, boop. Can go straight away, I don't care about the one countermeasure. You go away, and I'm pretty much good. Alright, now I'm just curious, what is damage the javelin missile? Okay. Hello, Junie. Also, I do remember I did deny this mission also before, so I will accept this one straight away, and then we'll see. Shit. Shit. It really bugged out. It really bugged out. No.
Dock in use.
Shit, 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 shit. I get no quest. Meet Junie in the bar. Yes. I'm in the bar, but she's not. Fuck. Maybe can I tricks the game? Can I say I save here and then I just load into the save? No, I can't. Damn it. Okay.
Zeta 1, we're taking Ashcroft back to New York for interrogation. Thanks for your help.
Alright.
Don't mention it.
And we'll do this
Good
all
job, Trent.
again.
Ashcroft's on ice and Junie's waiting for us in New York. I'm uploading a waypoint to the gate. Let's get going. I hope Ashcroft's interrogation will shed some light on the illegal artifact trade here in Liberty. Pressure from high up has been mounting in the last few weeks. Rumor has it that about a month ago, a Rhineland expedition discovered a whole new supply of these things on a distant planet in the Omicron systems. I mean, everybody knows that there are alien ruins, but they're mostly dust, and the artifacts are just as dead as the beings who made them. Apparently, these new ones are different. They're active.
Alright, time to lean back and get this whole thing over
I've heard
again.
rumors within the LSF that the president will soon be banning these artifacts altogether.
Maybe I should also just call it a day, since I feel I'm not
Are you and Trent all right?
that into
What
today
is your
anyway.
status? Over.
We're fine.
But I want to do this. I want a little bit of a challenge.
He was getting ready to move those artifacts onto the black
I mean, I
market
have
when we took him down.
You didn't kill him,
could
did you?
do
I remember
about
the last time.
1 to 1.5 hours more.
Trent has him tied up in
So I
his cargo hold.
suppose I could finish Liberty, but I'm getting
But not until he's
hungry.
told us all we need to know. I'll make preparations for your arrival. Be careful heading back to New York. Intel advises that members of
Let's see.
Ashcroft's gang might try to free
I'll
him
hurry
before
up
we
a
get
little
him into
bit.
lockdown. I'm still on Manhattan. Meet me there. Junie out.
I'll try to get this over with fast.
Dock.
Is there also speedrunning for Freelancer? Would be interesting kinda to know how fast you can beat the game.
Over.
This is Patrol Gamma 6 on special assignment. We have a prisoner for the LSF. Requesting permission to proceed. Over.
Acknowledged, Gamma 6. You've received priority clearance. Over.
Thank you, Unity.
King, come here.
Junie must have arranged that for us.
Come here, you slowpoke.
This is Junie. Change of plans. You and Trent are to proceed directly to the battleship Missouri near Zone 21. I'll take charge of Ashcroft there. Junie out.
The Missouri? She's full of surprises. Usually the Navy draws the lines at Zone 21. They must really want to get their hands on Ashcroft. We're almost there. One more trade lane.
Oh yes, there they are.
Damn it. Intel was right. More rogues. Trent, we have to fight them off. Fort Bush, this is LSF Gamma 6. We're under attack and need assistance. Over.
This is Fort Bush.
Wow.
We're launching 2 wings to assist you.
Fort Bush Wing Alpha here. Engaging enemy. Enemies firing.
I've decided I want to play this more efficiently right now, because I know that I need every credit that I currently have
Last one. That was close.
to get the optimal amount out of Rochester.
Mention a Gamma 6.
This way, Trent. Judy's waiting.
Yes, indeed!
Attack is so close to Fort Bush. Ashcroft must really
Especially since I do it with a lot of passion, because I love this game! Over and over. Can't even count how many times I played this game. In different variations, and by now I've got a taste of challenges. Not quite sure how challenging this one will be, but later on it will definitely be insane.
This is Battleship Missouri Control. Identify yourself. Over.
This is Patrol Gamma 6 on special LSF assignment. We're bringing a prisoner to LSF Commander Junko Zane.
As sad as I am to say, it is pretty much the most worthwhile mod in my personal opinion.
Gamma 6 out. Time to collect your
There were a few other good ones, but more or less discontinued and pretty much dead community, which is sad. It's still a good game.
Trent, Ashcroft
But
is a
Crossfire is fun
dangerous
anyway.
man, and I don't like to take unnecessary risks.
Did a whole playthrough on that for a
Which
reason
reminds
after
me,
all.
The bounty. And I owe you the access codes. They're both being uploaded to your neuronet now.
And if this challenge works out decently here, I have half a mind to put that into Crossfire as well.
What's gonna happen
But
to
I have the
Ashcroft?
feeling then I go
He'll be
insane.
interrogated, of course. He's our best insider in the smuggling ring.
So maybe that is just an idea on the
Meanwhile,
board
with your new
and not
security
more.
status, I suspect you'll be able to occupy your time while I'm gone.
Where are you going?
On assignment. I take orders too, Trent. But don't go too far.
Hmm.
I might need you again. So,
Alone the graphical reworks. Dozens of new systems, new ships, new enemies, new factions, an improved economic system, and so much more. Do not forget the lore, of course, the included lore. It is so good. Come on, who now cares? I'm just gonna throw out everything since I'm gonna regain everything sooner or later. That's fine. No need. I get the artifacts. Honestly, I'm not quite sure how the player numbers are on the server currently. Last time I was there, which is admittedly about a year, 2 years, it was about an average of at the very least 10 players on there. I mean, it's not dead. There's a chance you meet, you find people. But when I joined in there the first time, many years ago, 6, 7 years ago or so, when I was there the first time, there were 20, 30 people online. It was absolutely insane. It was great. Then again, the prime time of Freelancer is in the past, as sad as it is. And as much as I love the game to bits, and I remember in another server, New Universe, that I used to frequent, and that I still hope gets a little bit back on its feet soon enough. Once it's been updated and new stuff has been added, I will definitely also stream there and make a few videos on that. Back when I joined, sadly never. When I joined back then on the New Universe, there were also an average of 10 to 20 people online. But bear in mind, we're talking about 12 years ago. We're talking about 12 years ago. An average of about 12 people around. We had bigger events, server-wide events over days or weeks at a time, where entire things were changing, systems were on fire, new factions were spawning in different locations depending on the state of the event and the likes. But as with everything, things were stalling and eventually declining. When there were clan wars that were going over days, where there was constant fighting day and night, I do absolutely remember a time. The clan I was in, we were at war with another clan, and we were having a battle in our clan system. Started one evening or so, we battled for hours until me and a buddy of mine had to go offline because we had school the other day. So we went to bed, went to school, came back, and there was still people fighting. In which we joined in, of course, again, eager to have more battle. It was amazing. It was great. That was real battle. That was a real war there on Freelancer when I ever saw one. Sadly those days are over. But who knows? Maybe at some point, oh god, maybe at some point that comes back. Mind you, this is not Crossfire Clan Wars. I have no idea if something like that exists there. Or are you on New Universe now? Because I'm not quite sure. I might be misreading. One, two, three. Four. Away for now, away for now. Alright. Alright. No idea if there were any clan wars on Crossfire, but Crossfire is still reasonably active at the very least. Maybe not the peak of activity, but reasonably active. Yes, I've heard about Hamburg City and been there for exactly 5 minutes or so. No, I've been there for 55 minutes if we want to be exact, and then left it for good because holy shit. And the stories I heard from longer time players that eventually joined in on us on the New Universe, it's been a shithole. Many people, but admins favoring certain clans and or groups of players, getting punished for being a new player and everything. That's just no. That's just an absolute no-go. And especially getting threats of banning people because they refused to apologize to someone for defending themselves when they got attacked. So no, I will definitely not say a good word on Hamburg City. I also knew that a few not so friendly people left our server eventually, the New Universe, because that was my main server back then, to join the Hamburg City. So yeah. Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Do you know which one that was? I haven't heard of that. Ban for not roleplaying. That's a bit extreme. But I am curious which one that was actually. I did join a handful of servers back in the day. Active? What? Could be. I've never looked into Discovery, but I know it's been pretty popular. And I think there was also something along the lines of Night Stalker's Universe or so, but I've never been on that either.
Loaded into cargo hold.
Good. And again, cutscene time.
Don't move. Just listen.
Lonigan, where have
Stay
you...
still. I had to kill a man to escape today. What's one more? Why are you still here? Don't you see what's going on?
Oh,
Freeport
good
7,
old Lonigan.
Zone
I'm
21.
only here because I messed up the
No,
game before
it's
I'd
not
have to
just them,
replay.
It's Liberty, the artifacts. They're after something.
Look, let's just talk about this.
No more talking. I know what I'm doing now. I have a plan. I wanted to warn you. I felt I owed it to you.
Well,
Don't try and follow me, Trent. Get out of Liberty.
maybe I'll check that out at one day or not. Not quite sure. I wanted to join on the Discovery at some point, many years ago.
Nice to see you again.
But I had some issues with the installation of the mod, so I ended up never doing that.
Yeah. She asked me to tell you to meet her on the terraforming station on California Mine.
I don't know, maybe I'll check it out at some day.
That was all. Drink, Mr. Trent?
I mean,
No, thanks.
it can be nice. I can enjoy a good roleplay on the servers. It can be a lot of fun. And it's what I used to do on the universe. Even though we were not that strict. If you want to participate, participate. If you don't, don't. But of course people can introduce you to the RP. If you decide to do nothing, you can still be involved.
I can't tell you specifics right now. Let's just
Oh well,
say
two
Ashcroft
people is a little bit
provided us
sad.
with the information we hoped for. Meet me on California Miner as soon as you can.
Maybe I really have to check out the Discovery to just have a look on why is it still so popular. Is the mod so good, or is it the roleplay that they engage in so extremely there? I might check that out. I mean, I have about a dozen Freelancer Rebirth. Okay, no clue what that's supposed to be. Probably also a mod, but I have no idea which one that is. Maybe also something to check out. I mean, I want to see how things compare to what I'm familiar with. And it's not like it really matters to me with, I don't know, about 10 Freelancer installations on this computer anyway. Why not have one or two more? Who the hell cares? Ah, stupid rogues.
Trade lane disrupted. I'm engaging rogues. Dog.
So let me go. At least this time, mission shouldn't be bugged.
Dog in use.
Hopefully, otherwise I'm stuck. No. I shall remain positive. That is not entirely correct, actually.
I was with you on Freeport 7. We met on the rescue ship.
If my memory serves me correctly, it is absolutely possible to download it legally, or at least it is not considered illegal since it's been released for download. Wait. Actually, well, let's see. There's abandoned software, old games download, Freelancer.com desktop application. Oh no, that's a wrong thing. Freelancer HD is there. I mean, it's not an official Microsoft release download, obviously. But if I remember correctly, it is not considered illegal anymore. I have the original discs. I have several zipped versions of it on external hard drives, on a cloud. I have Freelancer installations everywhere and secured everywhere. So, yeah. The thing is, it might not be entirely legally legal download, but as far as I know, it's also not quite illegal. So, I suppose it's depending on how you consider on what you consider to be a legal limit or not.
Damn it. Brandon Rowland, you are under arrest.
Because nobody will come after you because you download a game that is not really available anywhere
All
anymore.
units, fire missiles.
So,
Civilian ship, this was a classified Navy operation. Do yourself a favor and keep this quiet.
Oh, I will not keep this quiet. This is my weapon you're talking about. Activate this, and let's go.
You fool, you're gonna pay for this.
Okay, this is going better than ever. Wonderful. Yes, Roland's Revenge. Perfect. Why is it so loud? The audio is completely messed up. Turn that off.
Initiating trade lane sequence.
And in my personal opinion, no matter how you acquire the game, it is still a wonderful way to spend some time. It is a relaxing game for me, I like it a lot. It's just for shutting down, have a nice calm evening. Of course it may be a bit more difficult for someone who's not used to it, but the point is, it is a wonderful game, and it should definitely be played more than it is. It is definitely worth it.
I have enemy target in my sights.
Oh lord, these rogues are tougher. Let's not do this. Let's not risk any damages.
I have you on my scanners.
Perfect, then help me.
You're just in time. land and I'll tell you everything you need to know. I'll wait for you in the bar. Junie out.
Acknowledged. Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
Because it's a good game. It's a quality game. It has, of course, its flaws, but the typical argument one could bring out is, for example, why would anyone play a gem like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic these days? It's an old game. Because it's a gem. It is a wonderfully made game with an intriguing story and well executed plot. And mechanically it's also pretty sound. And there's a lot of examples of old games that are pretty great. Super Mario 64, still a game that's actively played to this day. It's also super old. The Legend of Zelda, super old games, but still incredibly loved because they are so good. And that is the thing. And here, slap a mod on it, slap Freelancer HD on it, and it looks decent. Of course, still can't keep up to today's standards, but it's not such a mush of textures like the original. Slap on Crossfire and they'll be blown away. Of course, Crossfire is a tiny bit more difficult, so maybe not that beginner friendly, but you get the point. I hate this argument. I hate the argument the game is old, why should I play it? It is a stupid argument. It has no substance to it at all. Sorry. Sorry for getting too worked up about that.
The reason I called you here, Trent, apart from your glittering social commentary, is to have you do a job. Ashcroft finally talked. Are you interested?
Yeah.
Well, I flew all the way out here, didn't I?
Ashcroft's interrogation has given us a whole new perspective on the inner workings.
I'm not quite sure if I had the shader on or not, actually, but I know there were a few odd-looking bits and pieces.
We don't know who yet.
If you can draw a comparison, you can check out on YouTube where I uploaded the playthrough. Link down on my profile. I'm not quite sure if I had it on. I can check it now, obviously.
When do we leave? We're working together on this one.
But of course, that's not the interesting part here right now.
The actual leader of the Order, previously known only by his codename Aurelian, was shot and killed while trying to escape from Liberty into Rhineland space. In addition, Liberty officials have also just released his real name, Sam Lonigan.
How did you know that?
I met him on Freeport 7. He was a tradesman, or at least I thought he was.
You must have been doing recon before the attack.
It wasn't before, it was during. He almost died. Doesn't make sense. He wasn't smart enough to be a terrorist, let alone lead them. He was trying to tell me something.
Sam Lonigan, also known as Aurelian, leader of the terrorist group The Order, was apprehended today at the Liberty border.
Well, whoever he was, he's dead now.
We are told by the LSF that there was every intention to take him alive,
scumbag to
but
ferry
Lonigan
out.
rushed agents and engaged them in a bloody shootout.
I fucked up again. Shit. This is gonna be bad. Will it destroy the game again? Wait. Load game. Okay, California miner. Yeah, I can't even. Alright, let's do this. And exchange the shield, otherwise I'll be toast out there. Okay, I don't need any more countermeasure flares, that's fine. Rules Revenge is definitely getting installed. And saves me some energy. And I don't need those, since I will not be using them anyway. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this.
There you are. I'm switching to a secure channel. Time to find out if there really is a traitor behind the artifact smuggling. We'll take the trade lane to San Diego. You first, Trent. Let's go.
Sure, always me first.
The LSF took out a criminal hideout in Magellan, based on information I got out of Ashcroft. We found hundreds of artifacts. The convoy we're escorting is bringing them to the LSF research lab here in California. The existence of the convoy has been kept secret, and only a selected few know about its cargo and destination. If Ashcroft is telling the truth and there really is a traitor working inside the Liberty military or the LSF, this will lure him out. It's simply too good to pass up.
Time to cause a randomly spawning convoy.
This is Liberty Border Station, San Diego. Please identify yourself.
LSF Commander Junko Zane. We're here on special assignment to escort a convoy to Research Station Willard.
Acknowledged, Commander. The convoy has already left and is waiting at the border passage. Hold on, we're uploading a waypoint to your neural net.
Thank you, San Diego.
Yeah, I knew it was
We gotta
further
hurry. Let's
away
go.
than they are.
Transport HX-17.
Whoa.
This is Commander Zane. Sorry we're late. What's your status?
All systems are green. We're ready to enter the passage.
Acknowledged. Let's go.
But what's the issue? You get money so easily. I don't know how much cash I had in my playthrough, but I was in the millions. And I just kept tried to in my vanilla playthrough, not the added storyline. The vanilla playthrough I was in the millions. No problem.
Proceed to the first buoy.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to first
If you
buoy.
put yourself to, you have so much money in so little time. Exactly.
First buoy.
And best place to farm is Kusari in Shikoku. On the prison station, you take missions to fight the blood dragons. They drop lieutenants, they're relatively easy, especially if you have acquired an eagle or so early on, which shouldn't be a problem since it's a cheap ship, or cheaper.
Proceed to the third. There's
Buy
an
the
opening in
eagle,
passage
class
and
9
a
weapons.
supply depot
Yeah,
coming up. Keep your
it's
eyes
a little bit expensive, but it's not a problem either. It's all absolutely manageable. I mean, I think I flew a fully fully updated ship in my Crossfire playthrough,
Damn it!
and that had the issue with it that I mean that was pretty much only story with a few
Diego, we are under attack.
with a few times I was setting out on my own to just acquire the hardware that I need.
One from San Diego. Gamma 1, we need
I
your
might be
help.
mistaken, however, I don't know if I got every upgrade or if I missed one. If I missed one or two, but I got a lot of the upgrades. That is what I can safely say. Oof! And of course the upgrade is worth it, you shall not forget that. And if you don't feel like it's worth it, don't buy it.
We've got to get out of here. Transport leader, proceed to the
Also, I
next
own a
buoy on the
fucking
other side
battleship
of
on
this
that
zone.
mod, along with several cruisers and gunships, and several pretty much fully outfitted fighters, so... yes, while it is expensive, it is absolutely doable, all of it. It is all absolutely doable.
This is the last section of the Barrera passage. Willard Station is very close.
Alright, I've just decided I will take the mission to the battle of around Station
I'm
Willard
glad you showed up, Gamma 1.
as well,
It was
and
starting to look
afterwards
grim.
I'll make a
We got
cut
here
for
as
the
soon as
day.
we could.
I do not feel like doing the entire escape from New York thing today. and that will be immediately after I get back to Manhattan, since I'll be taking the wreck here along the way.
This is LSF Commander Zane. We're escorting a supply of classified materials to Willard Station.
Understood. We've been expecting you. Proceed to the station. Docking ports are currently offline. We'll have it fixed in a moment.
Thanks again. Trent, I have to land on the station and contact a few people. It's pretty obvious now that there's a mole in the Navy. I'll see you soon.
Commander Zane, you are now cleared to land. Docking
Let
ports
me
to
land,
enter
let me
your
land, let me land, let me land, thank
I
you.
recommend you land and get yourself some equipment. We'll meet back in space in a few minutes.
Yeah, I don't need any equipment here. There's nothing useful for me, but I could try sell a few things if there is something in my inventory that I can sell. Guardian shield would be bullshit, at least at this stage. I can buy that on my next visit here.
Omicron 0-0. This is Willard Research Station. Everything's go for launch. Good journey.
Trent, we have to fly back to California Minor. We'll take a shortcut this time. I'm uploading the coordinates. Let's go. Switching to a secure channel. Something's terribly wrong. I wanted to brief my CO on what happened with the convoy, but he's been ordered to Manhattan.
What? Why?
Contacts tell me that he's actually been placed under arrest for treason. I tried to find out more, but all my friends at LSF headquarters seem to have disappeared.
Why
The only
not?
person I was able to contact was King, who's still in Pittsburgh. Hold on. Radar shows several ships on an intercept course. Wow. What are Rhineland Valkyries doing here? Attention, Rhineland vessels. This is Commander Zane of the Liberty Security Force.
Well, not quite. The Outcasts are allied with the Golden Chrysanthemums, which are allied with the Blood Dragons. The Outcasts, which way around did I say it? But you know what I mean. The Blood Dragons aren't directly allied to them. And when in doubt, if your intention is to make an outlaw character, then I recommend something else. Or you just use another character for it and just have the money transfer. That's not an issue as well. There are server commands for that, or you can just ask someone to transfer you the money. Usually people are kind enough to do that. Or you can, of course, try farm yourself or trade yourself a decent chart together. Yeah, traders are definitely worth it. What do you think how I got my money? Trading is gold. It is absolute gold. You can make so much quick cash with it. I mean, it's boring as hell, but it's worth it.
We have to get to California Minor and talk to Walker. He's the captain of a Liberty Navy cruiser stationed.
Trading is either boring or a hassle. One of the two. One of these two. So I do prefer fighting over trading usually, but if I need cash, there's no better way than trading. Or I just hunt the CFS ace pilots in the CFS ace pilots in X3034. That's why I also saved these in dozens. I have also half a dozen save locations for my Starlancer installation and my dozen IDs or so. Then you shoot the cruiser, the battleships down. Drop an admiral, 600k, easy peasy. It's not a big deal.
Hey, Trent! Over here.
This place is starting to feel like home.
Trent, meet Marcus Walker. He's the captain of the Liberty Cruiser. He's just agreed to help us.
Always happy to help out the LSF. I've known Junko for years. Sorry to hear about your luck on Freeport 7. You were fortunate to get out alive.
So I've been told.
Seems nowadays if it isn't smugglers, it's the Order or some other scum trying to take advantage of us. Piracy is running rampant.
Well, they are dangerous, but you just gotta keep out of range.
Good pilot
wants to
And
join
usually
the
behind them is actually the
It's a
easiest
worthy
part.
cause. Thanks, but no thanks. Causes come and go. I think I'd rather just keep freelancing if it's all the same to you.
But of
Suit
course, if
yourself.
you need assistance,
Now, if
feel
you'll
free
excuse
to
me, I
contact
need to
me
make
and I'll drop
preparations.
into the
Nice
server
meeting you,
at some
Trent.
point. It's
I'll
not
see
an
you at the
issue.
rendezvous.
See you in space, Trent.
And then we'll get you set with a handful of good escape pods. Or weapons or whatever the hell you need. I have a little storage for that.
Walker and his cruisers are standing by on the far side of the planet. Let's go.
Ah, can already see stuff over there.
Junko, this is King.
King? What's going on?
After you called me from Willard, I started to ask around a bit. I confirmed that your CO is in prison. There's been a major shakeup in the higher ranks of the LSF.
That's only the tip of the iceberg. We were just attacked by Rhineland Valkyries.
What? Rhinelanders?
King, we're almost at our rendezvous point. I'll contact you once we're on Willard Station.
Okay, I'll try to find out what's going on. Talk to you soon.
Fair enough. At the end of the day, it's your decision, so suit yourself.
I'm switching to a private channel. Junie, I just received new orders from High Command. My group has been ordered back to space dock for an inspection.
Neither do I.
Hard in half an hour.
I have two handful of different fighters and ships because I just like
There are
them.
inconsistencies in our maintenance records. Not sure why. We
Not
had
even
to
sure
look
which
up
one
only
would be
2
meta
months
because
ago.
I don't care about that.
This is Research Station Willard.
I'll play what I want and it doesn't really stop me from kicking butt when someone attacks me.
Station Willard, we're under attack.
Forget about space dock. All ships go to battle stations. Set course for Station Willard. Station Willard, this is Liberty Cruiser Attack Group South. Captain Walker speaking. We're en route to your
I think the
location.
shroud
We'll
or
be ready
lag
in a
should
few
be
minutes.
rather
What is your
popular, I
status?
think.
Over.
I'm not quite sure.
Being attacked by Rhineland gunboats.
Doesn't really matter anyway.
Several torpedoes have hit the Harmony and the station is on fire. Automatic defenses are failing and our fighters are being shot down like flies.
Understood, Willard. Try to hold them back until we get there.
I mean, I've been flying the Coalition Basilisk for quite a while. Pretty big fighter, not really that well maneuverable, but I liked it. I liked the design, so I used it for quite a while. Before I eventually exchange it for another one.
Willard, this is Attack Group South. We're entering the asteroid field and we'll
Ah,
be
that
at
one, yes.
location shortly.
Never flew that one so far.
Acknowledged. 2 more torpedoes have hit the station. We've got plasma leaks in multiple sections. Hurry!
Maybe it wasn't to my aesthetic, I'm not quite sure.
Sight.
Alright, let's see how this goes.
Engage the enemy. Cruisers, break formation and protect Willard Station.
Acknowledged. Trent, watch yourself. This is gonna get rough.
If I'm unlucky, this really is gonna get rough. At least with my no repair, no reload policy.
Being pursued.
Shite.
These gunboats are too fast for our turrets. Fighters, concentrate your fire on them. I'm reading several Rhineland bombers. All fighters, intercept the bombers before they can launch their torpedoes.
Yeah, let me...
Acknowledged. Trent, get on it.
Yes, let me just drop one of the gunboats.
Yes! That's one down.
Well, just as I said, whatever you enjoy. If it's your cup of tea, then wonderful. If not, then not. Then play something else. Oh, shite! Oh yeah, the torpedo explosion definitely looks imposing. Alright, I took some damage. Ow, ow. Um. Yeah, I agree. That logic has a few leaps in it. There are a few logic leaps with that. I mean, the point is, of course, the corvettes are the gunboats. Corvettes are faster than a normal flying fighter. The corvette or gunboat, whatever word you want to use, whether the German interpretation or the English one. They fly with a default speed of 119, while the fighter flies 80. But of course, the fighter goes easily up to 200, but not default-wise. It's not the default speed. So, the default gunboat is a little bit faster than just a fighter without using the thruster, but that's hardly the point. In general, of course, you're correct. The gunboats are way bigger and not that much faster.
Acknowledged. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1.
Nah, to hell with it. I'm gonna finish Liberty here in this stream. To hell with it. That went faster than I anticipated, so let's finish things. Oh god. Almost committed sin. Okay, I might need that at a later point. Give me the Guardian. Put those away. Good. Good.
Order Omicron 0-0. This is Willard Research Station. You are cleared for launch. Good
How
luck
do
out
I do
there.
this best? First off, get the damn rack. Then I best go back to New York, obviously. Make a pit stop at the Missouri and rebuy the Defender. I mean, I'll be making more than enough cash for it at the very least. That's the thing I've been thinking about. In theory, you're correct. On the other hand, of course, you have more money available one way or another. I mean, think about it. You maybe fly 2 missions and you already can afford an Eagle. Because of the whole escape pods. I don't have to buy one of the new ships, because they are of course more expensive. One of the originals would be more than enough. But in Crossfire I need that way more, since the enemies are significantly stronger. So I've been thinking, when should I do that? In the possibility that I go for that idea to transfer this challenge into Crossfire, into Freelancer Crossfire, I'll have to rethink the whole thing. Because of course, in Crossfire I could go buy the Eagle, for example, early on, or Black. Yeah, the Eagle, Black Eagle, both have the same price, so it doesn't really matter for me. Thing is, in my original Crossfire playthrough on the hard difficulty, I was keeping with the original ships, with the exception that when in Frankfurt I bought the Stiletto because I loved the fighter, and it's obviously it is a little bit stronger than the Anubis you get just at the end of the mission, pretty much. So I thought, alright, I can do that. It's not an absolute no-go. I can do that. I don't know if I want to... It could be that it doesn't lose its wings. I have no idea, honestly. I didn't use it much. The thing is, I don't really want to go too overboard, because then it would pretty much trivialize the whole thing of playing the story. If you can just shoot everything down with too much trouble, without too much trouble. Then again, even with the increased difficulty, in some missions it may become alright if I go with the no self-repair challenge. I have issues with the thought. I have severe issues with this, because I can see both sides. I can see why this challenge can be absolutely impossible, or I can see why it could be pretty much a joke of a challenge on the Crossfire, because you have way better equipment. And of course, there is no way in hell I could do this challenge with the extended Crossfire story. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that is possible. But then again, as I said, I don't think it is possible in the base game without going totally overboard, which at some point will be irrelevant because the enemies are way stronger. You get my point, I think. Yes and no. Yes and no. When I have, let's say I have the money that I need. Yes? I have the money that I need. If I had unlimited... Yes, semi-correct. Semi-correct. There are a lot of sections where you still have to go somewhere. And there's also in the Sol system a point in time where you can deny a mission and yes, accept it later on and just fly around, get some stuff, which I used to explore some other content that the Lost Fleet content, which I found out about while looking for a bug fix. The thing is, you can, yes, you get a waypoint, get there, but you don't have to get there. If it's in between the story missions. If you have to go there and there for the next story mission, you can just go somewhere else for the moment and just be fine and on your way. That's how I got my upgrades. Got the shield upgrade, got the... Did I get... No, I don't... Did I bother to get the shield upgrade? I don't know. At least I got the power upgrade, which I forgot to install to my absolute shame. I played the entire story without my Mark V power upgrade. That was sad. But I got an armor upgrade. You get the armor upgrades on every major planet, so there's no problem. Shield upgrade is in a few specific locations, which I know, but I never passed them. And I never really bothered. So there's that. And you pretty much get very close. You pretty much fly by the location of power upgrades, so of new power generators, which are pretty much the most essential at some point. So there is not much of an issue there as well. I don't fucking care. Let's get to the next one. Cheers, stay hydrated. Yes, I wanted to say something, I just remembered. Um, Technically speaking, when you said you can't get the upgrades early on, technically speaking, by the time we can enter Bretonia, I could have all the upgrades. Or at the latest when when fresh after we enter Bretonia. Hello there, General Kenobi.
Acknowledged. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1.
You can do that. You can absolutely go straight in there. I did that myself in my Crossfire playthrough. Can be found on YouTube. Episode 3, no, 4 should be the one where I started in. It is absolutely possible, don't get this wrong. It might be a little bit of a pain, but I know I had more than enough money, and straight into when I entered the Hamburg system, I went to Battleship Westfalen and got myself a proper fighter. Hmm? Sadly, I have no spinning arms. Oh god, don't scan me, don't scan me, don't scan me. I'm definitely not all clear. Ah, damn it, weapons have been relocated, I don't like that. Gotta rectify that on Manhattan. Very unfortunate indeed. Would be nice to have such rotating hands. Or forearms. Could see a lot of uses for that. Alright, this part of the game should be fairly easy again without repair. Say again. Never mind, I'm lucky I don't have anything along those lines. No asthma, no overly coughing or anything like that. Picture of health. Lucky me. Honestly though, I'd be more worried about the kinda exposed heart. Or whatever little organic there was. Just within a little iron cage. That could be opened without too much trouble. So, yeah, not good. Hello, Junie.
Junie, what's going on?
Over here.
Hey, what's wrong?
Nothing. Something. I don't know yet.
What do you mean?
Ashcroft's missing. He was on a Liberty dreadnought in a maximum security cell surrounded by armed guards. Trent, you don't escape from that. After our last assignment,
I forgot to upgrade my missile.
About his Rhineland connection. When I got there, he was gone.
Who would transfer him without telling
He
you?
wasn't transferred. Every record of him being arrested was wiped clean. Even the guards were changed. They say they never even heard of Sean Ashcroft.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know, but there's more. Walker. He's gone too.
Someone's gotta have them.
But he's the captain of a naval cruiser. Ship captains just don't go missing without someone noticing.
Neither do their ships. It's listed as lost 5 years ago.
5 years ago? That's impossible.
People around us are disappearing.
Oh, I still remember this part brainfucked me so hard back when I was a child.
The last place Walker's ship was stationed was California. Somebody must have seen him. That's where we'll start. Are you with me?
Well, I said I will decline every mission on the first occasion because only done so a handful of times with very few missions, and I want to see every reaction. So here we go.
I'd like to, but I can't right now.
Trent, I really need your help.
I just need some more time.
And how much time do you think we have left?
Enough. I'll be back. Wait for me here.
The death glare! Shit, the death glare! Yes, that also. I was incredibly confused. My theories were ranging from time travel to I don't know what. It was absolutely terrifying. Wait, what? I was just on a mission with Walker. Where could he be? How could he be gone? Jeez, that was such a terrifying mission, but it's a good one. It's a damn good one. So everything in order? No. Now we're back in order. That's the way I want it. Boop. And boop. Yes, yes, yes. All good. Junie!
What the hell took you so long?
I was
Haven't heard
shopping.
anything from Walker yet. Hopefully someone on California knows something. You ready?
Yes, now I am.
When do we leave?
In a few minutes. I need to finish up some business inside first.
Watch yourself.
Keep an eye on our ships, alright?
But be mad when I just take care of a little bit of business, you know, selling drugs.
And why is that?
Come on, Junior, we need to finance ourselves.
Freeport 7 survivors, Mr. Trent. You and I are the last ones in Liberty. Everyone else is either dead or missing.
Wait, I know you. From the rescue ship. What happened out there?
They were looking for something. I'm a thief, Mr. Trent. I came to Freeport 7 to deliver something that a certain party wanted very badly. Apparently they weren't alone.
You're telling me this is all because of you?
It's not really about me, Mr. Trent. It's about this. This is what
Well, you said that. I will not be held accountable.
we need to get as far away from here as possible.
Dead.
Hold it right there. Get your hands up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can explain.
I have my orders. All artifact smugglers are considered enemies of the state and are
Did you see Junie spawn in?
Then arrest him.
Oh, that was great. Random Junie spawning in.
You don't have a choice. If he's a suspect, take him into custody. The law protects him and ensures a fair trial.
not anymore.
Oh, perfect. Good. Great stuff. Oh, I haven't seen that before. Junie just spawning in there, I think. Or have I seen that before? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think so.
What do you mean arrest him?
He was gonna kill us both.
Oh,
Who's that?
I don't
good
know,
stuff.
but he had the right
Really
idea.
good stuff.
Liberty isn't safe for us right now. We've got to leave.
Trent, no. What about Walker?
Did you spawn? Did you just spawn in at the edge of the screen again?
You see this man? I don't think he's alone. Junie, we need to stick together and we need some time and distance to sort this out.
Yes, Junie is a master at hello there. Nice. Okay, let's see that we have everything we need, which is not much. We're fully armed. We're fully we're full on ammo. We have the shield I need. As expected, no shield batteries and nanobots. I have nothing to sell. There's no better equipment for me to get, so let's go. Let's do this.
What's the plan?
First to Fort Bush, and then from there to the Badlands. If they find the bodies on the landing pad, the Navy will lock down all trade lanes. We have to hurry.
This was so intense back then.
Liberty Navy. Cut your engines and prepare to be taken into custody.
Though this was strangely hilarious.
Got visual. Weapons are hot.
Oh. Oh, I'm taking a bit more damage here than I thought. I have to be careful.
Come on, we've got to get out of here now. We have to get to West Point. It's the only way out. The Unity's blocking the entrance. We're surrounded.
Don't destroy my shield.
Trent, I don't think we can get out of this.
It was such a sober moment. And soon to be transferred. Transformed. Yes.
I'm picking up additional hostiles coming in from Manhattan. There's just too many of them. I'm sorry.
Hello, my friends.
Junie, this is King. Proceed to West Point.
King!
Walker here. We'll take care of the battleship.
Another fighter wing.
Fire at will. I repeat, all hands, fire at will.
Whoa, that was torpedoes exploding in there. Wonderful. Fits the scenery so perfect.
Code Red. I repeat, Code Red. This is the battleship unit. We're under attack and taking heavy casualties. In need of immediate assistance. All available units, please approach Sector Manhattan. 0101. I repeat, please approach all hands abandoned ship. I repeat, this is a general order. All units abandon ship.
This is Lambda 1 to all fighter groups. Move to intercept remaining fighters. Over.
The trade lane is clear. Junie, Trent, get out of here. King, go with them.
What about you?
I'll be fine. Now go.
Oh, yes.
Trent!
Let's go. Shut down enough.
We're taking damage.
Such a cool entrance they had.
We're coming. What's the plan?
So amazing.
We have to get to the Badlands. There's a place where we can hide.
Understood. Lambda
So
4 and
Lambda 5 is
take
doing
flank
good, Lambda
positions.
4 is
We're
even
heading
doing
straight for the
better.
overhead lane to Ithaca Station.
Perfect. Wait, what? No. Here I thought for a second they have different shield values. That would be very surprising.
Here they come. Several wings of Navy
So
fighters.
1, 2, 3, 4 fighter wings.
Understood. Quickly, Trent. We've got to get to the Badlands. You take point.
I also do remember me dying here to the whole lot of the
Lambda 5 has
fighters.
been destroyed. We have to get out of here now.
I can also add with what I know that Lambda 4 and Lambda 5 don't actually get destroyed.
The Badlands will shield
King
us
or
from their
Slowpoke
scanners.
again.
I don't think the Navy will follow
They
us
don't
in
actually
here.
get destroyed. Not by weapon fire at the very least. It is scripted.
I think we managed to shake him.
It is scripted that these guys die. They just explode without really taking fire, or too much fire at the very least.
Trent's name showed up on the Navy's most wanted list. I knew
Can
you
be
were
full
in
health and poop! Lambda 4 is down. Lambda 5 has been destroyed.
artifacts,
Or the other way
smuggling,
around.
treason, and the destruction of Freeport 7.
King.
Impressive list, actually. Look, I have the rendezvous with Walker near Detroit. Stay low for a while. I'll be in touch.
Ah, he arrived and now he leaves
Uploading
again.
new
Oh well.
coordinates. You're gonna meet a friend of mine. Take point.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Besides, he gets to fly a fucking cruiser, that's so awesome. And he also has a second model where he's flying a Defender. If not fighting in it, but he's flying one. And I love that.
Turn around at once.
Dr. Van Pelt.
And I like his attitude.
Junko Zane.
Junie, is this you? I've heard the news about you on the secure channels. What is going on?
Walker along with Ozu is definitely a big favorite of mine.
You are cleared to dock. I'll meet you on the deck.
Hello, Doctor. And not gonna lie, Walker's sacrifice was so heart-wrenching back then. I was so sad. Still kinda am today.
Junie, oh, I'm glad you made it. The secure channel is buzzing with reports about you.
This is Trent.
Van Pelt's my name, young man. Welcome.
We just need to lay low for a while.
Well, you've come to the right place. The only visitor I get is a supply ship once a month.
If you don't mind my asking,
What are you doing this far out?
Studying the anomalies in the Badlands. This station you see around you was part of a grand experiment to fuel Liberty's waning resources. That was long before the Gas Mining Guild, of course.
I never heard about that.
Nor would you. There was an accident here. Liberty doesn't like to publicize its failures. It was abandoned. Except for me, of course.
You're here all alone?
Except for the machines. I like it that way. Not a lot of distractions.
To all Liberty bounty hunters and peacekeeping forces, be advised there is a bounty for 2 suspects wanted for questioning. Sending identity data now.
Yeah, where did they get this picture?
They're armed and
Shouldn't
extremely
exist.
dangerous. End transmission.
Junie, what is all this about?
I think it has something to do with this.
I see. Clearly an artifact. But I've never seen anything like it.
Freeport 7 was destroyed for it. The man who had it was killed
Agree.
in front of me.
Absolutely agree.
Almost next.
Well, it's very ancient. Rarefied. Cadmium crystal setting.
And it's also at the end of a, not gonna lie, pretty horrifying segment as well.
Quintain.
What, Doctor?
Super hard assault, super hard space
Professor
battle,
Quintain.
then seemingly easy interior,
I
turned
can't help
trap,
you with this, but he
and
might.
fucking alien reveal,
Xenoarchaeologist.
and your buddy dies, while Akira just barely saves your
I
ass.
don't want to identify it. I want to
That
get
is
rid of
sad.
We can't get rid of it
It's
now.
very
There's a
intense
reason
segment
all
there.
this is happening and we're in the middle of it. At least if we keep it, we have a bargaining chip.
I'm afraid your young man is right, my dear.
Oh, this is just great.
Don't worry. You'll both be safe in Britonium. Now, how to get you there?
Liberty ships approaching.
Long-range scan shows a Liberty patrol. They must have followed you somehow. They never come out this far.
So much for laying low.
I'm setting the automatic defense systems to cover you. Take the back way.
What back way?
One of the things that was left behind here was a jump gate to Magellan. No one has used it since the disaster, but it still works. It's deep in the Badlands. I'm loading up the coordinates for you now.
What about you?
I'll be fine. Take care of yourself. Good luck, young man.
Thank you.
I don't know.
You must go. Now.
Come on.
Well, thankfully, the diary entries are very interesting and sometimes very hilarious to read.
Junie, the patrol is getting closer. The interference from the anomaly will only hide you for so long. Quick, head into the Badlands. Unidentified craft, stay right where you are. You are in violation of Liberty Security Code and are subject to immediate termination. Liberty Patrol, this is Benford Station. These people are here under my authority. Negative, Benford. Target renegade ships on my signal.
Oh my god, Finn Pelt!
Fire!
No!
Die!
We gotta help him!
Junie, get clear. The defense system will hold them off.
We're not leaving you!
Let's see how many we can shoot down.
Have bogey in my sights. Got visual. Weapons are on.
Missile.
Oh, there can already cruisers be found.
Have bogey in my sights.
I'm picking up more incoming ships. Oh my! 3 cruisers are closing fast.
Doctor, you gotta come with us. We're coming in to pick you up.
There's no time. They're almost on top of us. You
I tried so often to destroy the cruisers before they arrive. But it's not possible. Obviously it is not possible, otherwise that would be interesting. Things would turn out very different if you could. Really? I mean, to be fair, yes, they are pretty tough, and it's really only you and Junie, and no one else. For a moment. But I remember, as a kid, I definitely, at one point, lost a wing, and with that, at least one weapon.
Alright, Trent, we have to get out of here. Head to the coordinates, quickly.
Alright.
Making a run for it. All fighter wings, break formation and pursue.
Gotta give him some repair costs in there. Oh, Junie, will you tank this for me? Okay, you won't. But of course now, knowing the bounty hunters, they are so easy. And they even can be cheesed.
According to Van Pelt's data, we should be close to the jump gate. Thank God, it's still working. Let's go.
Dock in use. Entering queue.
But there's so many wonderful things you can do with this game when you know how. And sometimes when you don't know how. Or don't know that that is a thing. Like me bugging out the mission to meet Junie on California Miner earlier. That was interesting.
I've disabled the gate, but we can't sit still. We have to keep moving.
Exactly, we gotta get
the
moving.
only station around here is Freeport 4. We'll stop there for repairs and try to figure out what's going on. Come on.
Almost that way. So bounty hunters, bring it. I want to shoot you down quickly. There they are.
I have multiple signals on an approach vector. Prepare to engage.
Commander Zane, you are outmanned and outgunned. Surrender and we will spare your life.
Trent, there's a bounty on our
Alright.
head.
2 down.
Out of here alive. We have to fight.
3 down. 4 down before the fight starts. Half them. Easy. 1 second. I'll read in a moment. I saw that you wrote, but I cannot look right now.
Clear out. There's no bounty for hackers.
You leave us no choice. All ships, open fire.
What the? Are you crazy? You'll pay for this.
And last one. No problem at all.
Last one.
Alright,
We've got to get out of here. Everybody's looking for you. Uploading a waypoint to your neural net. Come with us.
Thank you. But why are you helping us?
that also sounds like an interesting idea. Indeed, 7-year-old, you should. Tell me about the Easter eggs. I maybe I don't identify them as Easter eggs. Just turn off engine and cruise for a second in one direction. Turn around and one. That is always awesome. How the engine kill just messes with the NPCs. They don't know what to do with that. In a lot of cases.
This is Delta Wing. We found them. Repeat, we found them.
Affirmative, Delta Wing. Miss Zane, Mr. Trent, we've been expecting you. Our commander wants to have a word with you, Miss Zane. Please land immediately.
Understood. Trent, repair your ship and buy whatever equipment you need.
Ah, yes. Did that already? Yes. That is no problem. And facing in the other direction, yes. You're not only moving, you're moving into the wrong direction and way too fast. Game breaking stuff. Lovely. But I'm curious about the second Easter egg, if I'm being honest. What would that be? Personally, I don't identify that as an Easter egg, though, just as an, I don't know, additional feature or so. Maybe, maybe not. Time to get the better missile. Yeah, 10 shots is enough until I actually need that. In Bretonia I will not need the Advanced Guardian, so might as well sell it and put that on. Sell, sell. Sell, sell. Nope, would be a waste to buy that now. Yep, also done that. Here, got my price. Roland's Revenge. That is also classified by the loot table, by the loot name. Just in case you don't know this one. When you have it on the loot, on the radar, and select it, it will tell you Nomad Prototype.
My friend Tobias runs the equipment dealership there.
Just in case you didn't know that one.
Liberty has dramatically stepped up their policies against illegal artifacts.
Of course, the amount I played this game, I should know something that's like this.
Can you believe it? The artifact is the key. We have to find out what it is and why they want it so badly.
Alert! Unknown contacts are closing in fast. Launch all fighters.
Picking up at least 4 Ryland heavy fighters. Man all turrets. Got one.
Rhinelanders again. They're here for the artifact. Trent, engage.
Coming to get another one. The command center is hit.
From the O, I take you didn't know that.
Got another one. That's it. Last one. Miss Zane, we can no longer protect you. Leave Liberty while there's still time.
To be fair, I wasn't either for a long period of time. I think on my first recorded and streamed Crossfire playthrough, I found that out by chance, and thought it may have been a bug in the it might have been a bug or so, that something in the code was messed up. It should be episode 1, I think. Just for curiosity's sake, I might as well. 1 second. Okay, F the analysis. Yes. Wait. Just for the heck of it, let us do a little something here. I need... Here, this, and... okay, it doesn't work this way. Gotta do it like this. At good at this. Put in this. I welcome. Hey, shut up. Yes, let's keep it on this size because why the hell not? Oh, great. That works. How? Um, I cannot. Um, this shouldn't. For fuck's sake. You know what? Just gonna do this differently. Here. And share and start here and put it into here. There we go. With the timestamp, this should be the moment where I discovered that. Don't want to have to funnel around here with the settings too much right now. Not towards the end of the stream. I was severely surprised, suffice to say. Or I hope that is it. Yeah, should be, because I was under the impression that this was a bug. Kind of spotted that in my first regular stream playthrough, right? Should be it. I just checked that without sound now, just to have that under wraps.
Jacoby has classified all artifacts as illegal. And congratulations, you and I are now Liberty's most wanted criminals. Take on a few jobs and try to get a new ship. I'll contact you when I find Quintain. Judy out. Trent, this is Junie. I've made it to Cambridge.
Oh, come on, Junie, don't bullshit around.
I'll contact you when I hear anything. Until then, keep a low profile. Every bounty hunter in the colonies is probably looking for us.
We both know you didn't get there fairly. You've been teleported. There's no way you can be this fast.
Sorry with that one, let me tell you. You can trust Richard Winston Tobias to make you the best deal anywhere.
Tobias makes good deals.
I was wondering when you might come back. Are you in some kind of trouble?
You might say that.
You might also say I told you so. I didn't take the time to apprentice you so you could throw it all away on some fool scheme. But you knew better. The deal of a lifetime.
Damn, his moustache.
Eh? No,
It's got an interesting texture.
At your hunk of junk on the landing pad?
Yeah.
I suppose you'll be wanting some new parts of that thing. It's good to see you, boy. So are you back now? For good?
It's complicated, Tobias. Seems like all of Liberty is after me.
I see. Well, the first thing to do is get rid of your ship. There's likely to be a description note on it. That'll make you a popular target for bounty hunters. You'll be needing something that blends in better around here. I want you to go and see the ship dealer in New London. And tell him you're coming. He'll have a ship for you.
I don't think I have the credits for that.
For once, just do what I tell you, boy.
Oh, I have more than the credits for that. Very good. A surprise has been found. But it's nice to discover something new every once in a while. But, this is the moment where I say I'm gonna turn in for today anyway. 3 hours is actually more than I originally intended. But I'm happy I did. I am more than happy I did. And I'm already looking forward to more challenging parts here in Freelancer. Oh god, Tathor, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And AK Shanes, you as well. Thank you. Much appreciated as well. Nothing is declared. What the hell? Only signed up to remove pop-up. What? What's going on here? And I love that name. Oh god. Still, thank you a lot. I'm still gonna call it a day here. What? I see, I see. Fairly good reason. Very good reason, not gonna lie. Then I hope the persistent pop-ups are really stopping now and they're not just getting started. To you as well, thank you. I wish you all a wonderful remaining day or evening or wherever you may be and whatever time of day you may have. I shall get myself some dinner. And if things are going well, I'll stream in the early morning for me tomorrow or during the Sunday afternoon, so a little bit earlier than I started today. But that's probably gonna be the rough time, just in case you care, and then I will continue this little challenge, and let's see how challenging things get here in Britonia. I am torn in between fearing nightmares and being excited about this, so let's be surprised. Without further ado though, since I'm talking too much, enjoy your time, enjoy your day, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time hopefully. Until then, bye bye. Thank you, thank you. See ya.